Hello, happy Friday, cocktails and cards. How you guys doing? I am still fighting this cold, schnozzy as I am, but I went for a walk today and A, I'm breathing better, and B, I kind of think I need to go back on to my, so last week I thought, it's just allergies. I kind of knew it wasn't, but I was pretending. I was hoping it was. So I went on to my allergy pills. And then, I don't know, maybe about 4 days ago, because I really wasn't going outside very much, just for quick walks and take care of the cows and stuff. And it was wet enough because it was snowing here and whatnot. So then I didn't. And today I'm kind of like, maybe actually. So I put my pill out for tomorrow so that I take it in the morning time. I'm so excited. So we're meeting at Innisfail at 1 o'clock tomorrow for the big catalog launch. Excited about some of the cards that I have ready for people. Hi Vicki, how you doing? Working with Attention Shoppers, which is sort of a cool little set. Part of me is sort of like, so if I hear from people, I don't know who I'd send this to, whether you think it's cute or not, then I kind of get that. I'm not really quite sure. I'm not really quite sure who you send it to either. I think one thing that it's cool for, and I was going to do it and then I decided not to, but to make a real simple flip gift card holder, and then with a shopping cart would be kind of fun. But anyways, I'm glad I got it. It's really fun to work with, and it's kind of fun because I glue down the cart and then you get to stuff the stuff in. It's kind of cool. I like it. So tonight is the night where, so I'm Lori LaRose. I'm from Rocky Mountain House, Alberta. My voice is not usually quite like this, but it's a beautiful sunny day in Alberta. For most of the day, we had a sun shower today. We had clouds and then more sun, and it was quite nice. I went for a nice walk. Trying not to just be obsessing over tomorrow, making sure I got all the details. So hopefully, it's been a while since I've been done away. I've been a demonstrator for 21 years. I used to pack up everything and do totally parties away, like totally host parties and all that kind of stuff. And I used to always pack up all my stuff and carry it with me and whatnot. And I have done quite a few actually over the years, but I do a lot of stuff here at home, and now I do a whole lot of stuff online. And online is a whole nother game. It's kind of fun when we're going. So we're working with 3 different sets and pulling in a couple extras into the sets because you can. You don't have to be like, if people don't have the stamp set, they're hooped kind of thing. So that's kind of fun. News. So it is May. Time for a little games night coming up. So if you are familiar with my evenings of prizes and fun and whatnot, have not quite settled on what stamp set it's going to be. And I talk about that like that because traditionally I have picked stamp sets that, yes, they do have dies, and I can do just about the whole card sort of as a die based one that I can cut out and send in the mail because we do it online. So I'm going to do that the Friday after our long weekend here in Canada, which is the 21st. I'm pretty sure that America does theirs the weekend after, but we're going to do ours then. Hello, Cheryl. How you doing? Cheryl has been helpful in keeping me on my toes for this event tomorrow. So there it is. All right. I don't know what I'm going to do today. That is my biggest problem. So I was a couple minutes late coming on. And I really hope my nose gets all better because I don't like the sound. Like talking. You don't notice it when you're all by yourself all day, right? Or if you're listening and whatnot. But now that I'm the solo talker, the monologuer, it's like, oh man, my voice. All right. I'm trying to think. Well, so I have something in the process down here, and I'm like, well, maybe just go ahead and do it. Glue it together. People like watching me glue. I'm trying to figure out what to do for the top of it. So let's just go down and see what's happening here. Okay. Sorry, that was a little slow motion. Look at all those blends. You've got an idea what's going on, don't you? All right. So this is called Make 1, Make 3. I don't know what it's called. But you take 3 pieces of DSP, and I chose 3 of the new in colors, and then you chop them and you scatter them and mix and puzzle them and make I knew that was too big. Hang on, I gotta go get 2 more bases and we'll put these guys together. What I'm wondering is what I'm going to put together on it. Does that make sense, what I'm trying to say? Yeah, in my own brain. No, it doesn't. Okay, hang on a second. I'll be right there. Okay. So, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, I will tell you. And yes, it is cocktail hour on the Live at 8 show on Fridays when I'm a little disorganized or can't find things. Okay, you can drink right now. The girls a long time ago were like, it'd be funny if, and so they started a game of every time I lost something. So I did misplace that for a nanosecond. And so tomorrow I will have glue packets available if the people don't have glue. So that's kind of going to be fun. I've got, okay, so the dealio is you take one, you stack it. It's called a stack-a-card or something, or a puzzle card, or I don't know. But anyway, so you take one, put it on, pass it along. I did think that this would be the one time that I might be able to flip the whole thing over and really throw a wrench in that the three should look alike, except they'd be totally opposite, including the direction that everything went. But I like this more solid side with my white base. This side is a little less dramatic. So I'll show you in a few seconds. And then you just have to be a little bit careful on the second one because you got to make sure that you're left with 3 and 3, right? So you got to take one little pause. So you could line them all up, but the bottom line is I was thinking on my first batch and I was like, oh, I'm going to be careful. And I thought this was a nice way of showing off all the in colors. And yeah, so I have a club going on and you can join it a couple different ways. If you're already, maybe you're Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and so you're like, I am buying everything that I want in the, what do you call it, in the pre-order. And so you can join in to the next part though, the monthly part. Oh my goodness. Because I'm talking, honest to goodness, I did 4 of these together and they all worked out perfect. And now I talk to you for 5 seconds and I do it wrong. That's okay. What was I going to try and say? So I prefer, quite a few people do, and I'm not knocking them at all. Know that I'm never knocking anybody else. A couple of my gals want it all right away. And so I have always run a color club where you pick up and Stampin' Up! Bundles them together. So in my mind, bundles them on purpose. All 5 of the new in color ink pads come together and you save a little bit of money on that anyways. And so I go with that idea and I'm giving a gift of this paper actually, along with your participation in my game. So you can buy all 5 of your ink pads. You get a pack of cardstock, mixed cardstock. So you get some of each piece of paper, like 2 pieces of each, 4 pieces of each probably. And then I will mail out, so you'll ship that to your own house with a host code basically. And maybe talk to me actually, because I'll include this package of paper with your first order. And then, and I'll ship it direct to you and it's $98. And then in the mail, once I get all the different ribbons, you'll get a share of 2 meters each. So I've filled up one group and I'm just waiting to fill another group up here. So to be able to share the ribbon, right? And so $98 gives you ink pads, paper, ribbon, and then DSP. So isn't this fun? This is kind of a fun little idea, right? And I did it with the other 2 plus 1 more of the colors, and it's kind of neat. I did do this one the opposite way, so then it's kind of like, oh. So you can see why it's a little more, I like it. I like this one better, basically, I guess is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Hi, Cheryl, how are you doing? So I think maybe, can I go up a little higher? I guess I just need to work it better and get rid of all my blends. Anyways, okay. So then where everybody else is going to be playing for the next 5 months, I thought, oh, you know what? We can still play because I didn't include any refills, which are super uber important, and blends, which are super uber important as well. And so I'm like, you know what? Let's just continue to play. And the first month after this one, so June, we'll order, and I think I will start with Petunia Pop. So we'll order blends, refill, and then probably a full package of paper. And I will include a card kit for you to play with that situation. So I don't know if I can throw on just a little something like this. And call it a day. I don't know. What do you guys think? Seems kind of easy and simple, hey? Shy of this, I could color some zinnias. What do I want to do? Ooh. I don't want to do that. I'm unwrapping my glue dots. I could country floral flowers. Do a little teapot maybe. Maybe let's do that. Let's stamp the teapot. I have yet to stamp the teapot. Let's just do a little dry run here with this guy and see what it's like. I think it'll be nice. The teapot will be a little shorter. Oh, that's a good idea, hey? Okay. So I'm going to just stamp the teapot and see how that goes. Okay, so yes, let me know if you would like to play with that. You can message me. I think that's easy enough. Everybody's comfortable doing that, aren't they? And if you are part of my email group and you're like, did you email that out to us? I'm not the best emailer. So if you are interested, please let me know. And if you ever would like to send me your email because you haven't yet, you're welcome to do that too, because if you ask anybody, they would be like, Lori will never hound you. Don't worry. She doesn't even send out what's important. Lord. I get kind of monofocused. Let's go with that. Thank you. Thanks, Vicki. The new colors are going to be pretty exciting, I think. All right, so we're going to just stamp that little guy in black. And then, yeah, I won't confuse you at this point. I think that's good. I was going to say, I do have a blends club as I'm looking at all these crazy blends. It is fun to have lots of blends. If you're loving them and you don't have any, also touch base with me because I can tell you a whole little story about that too. Let me tell you about a story of a man named Jed. Poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. Then one day he was shooting at some food. What song's that from? I know you know. Come on. I used to love that. Oh my gosh. I think I actually used to race home after school to watch it maybe. Or come back in. Maybe it was on at 4:30 or something. Well, I would have only just come home by 4:30. My bus trip, it was so long, I tell you. So I am from Rocky Mountain House, Alberta. I actually grew up on a farm, and 25 years after I moved away, I moved back to the farm. My mom and dad were like, hey, would you like to buy the farm? And I was like, yeah, okay. So with my husband, we had been looking around at some properties, and we ended up coming back here. So that was that's kind of an interesting funness of my world. Coming back to the same town I grew up in. I went to school from grade 1 to grade 12, graduated here. I was walking out on our back. We've got a place, we call it Spence's Lake. It's really beautiful right now. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I am not losing anything right now. I knew exactly where that flower was, although I did have to look once. So if you want, I'm going to take a sip. If you want to take a sip, you can, because I did take a gander at my stamp set to see. And of course I was not organized. I had to go and find a little piece of paper. So see, I had to find, it wasn't lost though per se. Anyway, so yes, I remember a couple, 3 years ago walking out past Spence's Lake and being like, oh my gosh, I have been walking these trails for 50 years. 50. Meanwhile, my mom, we built a new house, and so she's still in my original family home, and I'm thinking, man, oh man, she's been here for even longer. Oh, no, same amount of time. I guess I had a break of mine though in between. So she's been longer, but more steady. I guess I haven't been walking it for 50 years. I guess I have to say, well, I have been. I don't know what I'm trying to say, because Mom and Dad walked the same distance basically, right? We all moved here when I was 5. So, okay, enough of that musing. Okay, because I've got these colors in the background, and I don't know what I was thinking, but as a demonstrator, we have the ability to pre-purchase stuff, and I didn't pre-purchase everything. I'm like, okay, I don't know if you can see me, but I'm like, what? What was I thinking? So I was having to fake it with the pink. I do have to also buy some blending pens because I don't have them. So I have been adding on some color with, and of course, did I go and get real? So yes, have a little drink. I'm just going to go get, hi Connie, I'm just going to go get some water in my barrel here. So these aqua painters are pretty cool because you can fill the barrel up with water or rubbing alcohol. And then as you try to spin it on, you'll be like, it's not turning. For some reason or another, it's got a reverse screw on it. And I'm not 100% sure. Did anybody ever find out why that was? So then you can squeeze it and you can see the water comes through the barrel and down into the brush. And there's the water. So it's nice. There are 3 different sizes that you buy. This is my favorite one. There's another one that I like. And then there's one that is just really super fat that I don't use a whole lot of. I'm not sure the best way. Again, I don't have the re-inkers for this yet, but you could put just a drop. You could, like if this was a re-inker, pretend, you could put just a drop of re-inker on there and then make this your palette. I'm really bad. I literally just paint off of it. Like I grab the ink right off the ink pad, right? And then I make a slurry here. And the more water you add, the paler the color. Just FYI. And yes, I'll be on here if I go like this. So yeah, so as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you are able to pre-order, which does kind of guarantee generally that the beautiful paper that is already sold out, you can have in your hot little hands the month ahead of time. I'm kind of telling you all that because there is an amazing deal on right now where forget all about my color club. If you sign up on my team, you actually, you'll get all 5 of the ink colors and the paper and paper. So they're giving, in Canada, it's like $111 deal, as well as you get to choose all the stuff that you'd like to fill out your starter kit. So $135 gets you a whole heap of goodness and discounts and your very own world of Stampin' to your doorstep. Now the plus of it, another bonus, is coming up in just a little tiny bit. There's going to be a release of new in color. Oh no, not in colors. There'll be another release next year. No, I'm just teasing you. There'll be a release of online exclusives. And if you're keen on that. So that's kind of nice. If you don't have a blend, your ink pads work just great. And, oops, I don't want Misty Moonlight. A little Summer Splash. And this is the other one that I didn't get. So I got Shamrock and Papa Petunia. What is this called? Petunia Pop. The Papa Petunia. And I'm going to do a little tiny bit of green here. So, but yeah, so you'd get advanced purchase on all of those things as well. So I'd love for you to join. It's the best deal in the house. and we are kind of a crazy team. I call us part of your heart, because you do become part of my heart when you're part of my team. And I help you as much as you want me to help you. How's that sound? I am pretty hands-off leader, I will tell you that. Because I figure everybody has different reasons for doing it. I started 21 years ago because I wanted to get it at retail. I didn't want to pay retail, rather, I guess I should say. And, well, it just went crazy from there. I just had fun with it. And have had fun ever since. Getting to a leader's level is awfully fun. The group of demonstrators that you're amongst is pretty fun, interesting, friendly, helpful, all those kinds of things. And when the kids were little, I could work the business as much as I wanted to. I worked it just enough to be there. And really nice thing about that. Now, I am going to make, sorry, I have to think about this for just 1 second here. I'm going to make this guy Petunia. Oh, I've got this guy in here. And then that guy there. I guess I'll make him green. I've been making him a different color each time, like that he isn't actually leafy, but I'll make him leafy this time so I can bring in the shamrock and we'll just work with all the colors. So I think I'll just do light and then I'll add in a little dark. A lot of times I do the little dark first and then kind of blend out. But lately, I have been doing it the opposite way. So if you have blends and you're like, oh, the tips are really bad, it's because you're pressing too hard, okay? So just, you barely need to touch the paper and the blends just seem to leap off and color in where they need to be. There's no there's no pressure involved. Like it's like such a light touch. So if you haven't used them at anybody's place, but like if you're hanging out at another demos, don't squash them. They're not wax crayons. They are pencil crayons. They color so nicely. This is pretty. This almost looks like the silver foliage that you find in my, I like some. And so now I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of dark around to add a little bit of flavor. And if you do it fairly quick, I find that, again, it's still damp. If I was to touch, not that it would smear, but the paper is a little bit wet still. And so it tends to just do what I want it to. Lucky, just lucky, that's all it is. All right, now I have 2 more colors. So this guy and this guy, I'm gonna do light peach pie. So I joined and never looked back, actually. Now, back in the day, we paid like $385, and there was not, I could swap out a couple different things, but we were very limited in what we bought. And I think a lot of us, some of the very original Canadians are still there. Like, I think there's at least 25 of us or something from the good old days, just the good old boys. And some of that is, we think, because we did start little businesses to pay for our kits, right? Like when we bought them, it was like, it wasn't a hobby purchase, right? It was like, well, it was a big chunk of choin. It's a big chunk of choin, a big chunk of coin. And I think we maybe didn't get quite that much value of product. I think we rationalized, like we did kind of think, oh yeah, and we got like $75 worth of business supplies. Do you know what I mean? So, and we sort of paid for that, whereas you get the catalogs now and everything when you join. So it's quite a different way of joining the business, and that might be some of the reason why some of us stuck around, because we actually made it happen. But anyways, yeah, so I traveled when I had my littles. I got to work the business as much as I wanted to. And although they do make me qualify that less than like 2% do what I'm telling you, and then less than 1% actually earn the cruise, when Carrie and I went to Norway last spring. That's less than 1%, but it is even less than 2%, or right around the 2% to 3% maybe, that are what they call the leaders. And I went to Nashville. The company took us to polo matches. I'd never been to a polo match before, and I got to go to a polo match. Some of the girls were fun. They wore pretty in pink. No, not pretty in, you know what I mean, Pretty Woman, polka dot dresses kind of thing. Now I'm sort of sad. I'm going to actually just pull in a funny color. I'm going to pull in some light copper here. Just, that was, oh, that's, well, it's not bad. I think I need to pull in a dark copper. I just need to make that a slightly different, well, that's pecan pie. Hang on, where's my other copper? Anyways, all of that just to say, you too can have some of the fun with me. I've been around, I can help you. That's what I'm mostly trying to tell you. Okay, dark copper clay for the win in the center. Oh, that is rich. Okay, this is one that I definitely think is a good idea to cut out with the die. So, I'll cut this one out and then we'll call Bob your uncle as opposed to me. I won't color endlessly and monologically talk forever and ever. Hi, Elaine. How you doing? Can I just say this does not feel like a cocktail party. This sounds like a wah, 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 wah. It sounds like a diary. That's what it sounds like. Hey, I should have billed it as such. Hey, you want to come to my diary reading? Okay, saying that, I actually am a journaler from a way back when. And my funny story, I think I've told some of you guys this before. Oops. Sorry. I'm spinning this around and around trying to find which way you going, Dolly? To cut this out, it just takes a couple seconds of concentration to line it all up so you get it beautiful. Hang on 1 second so that I have it right. After all that coloring, I don't want it to fall apart. So I was packing around some stuff. I'm like moving some boxes around in the storage unit and found my box with all my journals in it. So I picked up a couple and I thought, oh, I'll read a couple pages or whatever. Oh, well, this is kind of interesting. So I went back to the beginning. I started reading a little tiny bit of them. And I was like, well, dang. Oh, I need to color this. I am going to color this. Do I want to color? I don't know, but blue is speaking to me, and I don't know which blue I should do. Ooh. Let's see about this. Boho might be okay. Or, I kind of almost was going to go that, but that's so close to there. And I don't want the green, I don't think. Oh, I could do the pecan, actually. Rats, I didn't think of that, did I? All right, have a drink. I'm going to have a drink. What color should I make the teapot? I have a sterling silver one. I could actually do a silver. A red one would be pretty all the time, but not today. Do you know what? I'm going to do, what if I do Berry Burst? How far off of it? It's not very much different than the petunia, so I don't know if it'll be, no. Let's see, what color is this one? The boho. I don't know, you guys. So the boho looks okay with that. I think it looks okay. Well, I'll say this. If it doesn't look okay, it'll look okay. It just might not look okay on this card. How's that sound? All right, that's Moonlight. Boho. All right, I'm going to do the dark boho this time first because it's a larger section. Anyway, so I started reading this darn journal, and that's good. I had a cup of tea or whatever. And anyways, I was going up to visit my girlfriend, and we had a tea together and laughing and carrying on. And then we were standing outside, as we're saying goodbye and whatnot. And she's like, did you want to come back? Like, do you want another cup or whatever kind of thing? I was like, no, I got to run. I'm reading a really good book and I don't know what's going to happen next. And she laughed and she's like, well, what book are you reading? I'm like, it's my journal. And you don't know what's happening next? No. Nope, I didn't actually really know what was going to happen next. So that's why. Maybe you had to be there. But I honestly, it's sort of surprising. Your young self does not always, your old self does not always remember what your young self wrote. Can I just tell you? Does anybody else keep a journal? Have you ever reread them? Are you with me or are you thinking I'm a nut? You're allowed to think I'm a nut. But I'm not wrong. Aren't I a good colorer? All right. Ta-doo. Let's see. I think it'll look okay. Yeah, I think it looks okay. Oh, yeah, it's pretty. All right, so there's that going to be. And then some little words probably, hey? So I just want to have a little tiny, oh, there's a thanks in here. Oh, I don't know that I knew that. Oh, that's the other set. What does this one say? What words does this set have? Oh, sending love is a nice way. Nice. Okay, sending love. I kind of like, I wish that it didn't say best friend ever, but maybe best day ever or best, I don't know, best. I like it. I like the shape of it. I don't know, best friend ever. And I know they're not saying you're the best friend, best friends, like besties, but I think they're saying, okay. Now, question, and I think I'm going to answer it myself. I'm going to do it in black. I was going to say, should I do it in green? Should I do it in purple? But I think the black is what this one needs to be. Ooh, that's nice. Okie dokie. Sending love. This one's fat here. This is going to end up being fatter than I think I want it to be for this card. Even if I trim it this way, it's still fat. Ugh. It's nice though. So I can push this. So long as this is covering up sort of it doesn't need to cover that because look, I nailed it. Like it definitely doesn't need to, but I feel like this one has a little tiny gap in there. So I'm just gonna probably push this over. And I don't need to have it covering up that, but I do think that it needs to sort of play to some degree on the what do you call it? So I am very much a person that likes to have my words over on this side, but this, with the way that I did that, really is lending itself this way, which means that I should push that over a little tiny bit. And there you go, missies. One card down, a few gems, and it'll be good. You can't spell, and it was worse when I was younger, so it's true, Keisha. I never thought of that. You would have a tough time reading your stuff. It'd be the same, if the girls are reading mine, it's all cursive, and they won't be able to read the cursive either. But yes, actually, you would have a tough time knowing what the heck you had written by the way you spelt it. All right, there's my card. So then I can do that 3 more times, and I will have 3 very interesting little cards that are kind of pretty and showcasey of this. Yay! Simple and fairly fast. All right, gals, I'm going to let you go because, like I said, my voice is just like wah, 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 wah. Hopefully, I'm super good for tomorrow's party. I'm excited. I think at least there'll be people so they can talk amongst themselves better, easier. And I will be back live at 8 on Monday, hopefully with my beautiful voice back again. I laughed because I don't know that I've ever thought I had a beautiful voice, but it's mine. So there it is. Ooh, that's kind of better lighting. Not really. All right, gals, have a great weekend, whatever you're up to. If you are a scrapbooker, there's going to be all sorts of stuff. Take a peek and check things out. It is National Scrapbooking Day. For me, it sneaks up on me every year. I don't know how, sort of like December 25th. It's just all of a sudden it's Christmas, and who knew? But anyways, it's National Scrapbooking Day, so there'll be lots of different stuff going on tomorrow as well. And I will look forward to seeing if you guys are doing some stuff. Make sure you post it on the Creativity for Everyone site. It's a super fun group. Oh, have to tell you, make some cards over the weekend though. The girls are receiving their mystery cards. Check out the Creativity for Everyone. If you're kind of lost, touch base with myself or Keisha or even Vicky, and we'll steer you towards it. Basically, you make a card, you send a card to Keisha. Keisha will shuffle them all up and mail them out to everybody, and people are just starting to get them. So there's posts of all the pretty cards going out to the people, and you share a little tiny bit about yourself by answering a couple different questions. It doesn't really matter what you answer, just tell us what you're doing and what you've been doing in May. Get them in the mail by May 10th. Touch base with me if you need the address to send them to, and otherwise, yeah, play along. I meant to boost that the whole time today, and sorry that's totally a sad tagline instead. Keisha's probably going to post something again over the weekend or after the weekend because she's brilliant that way, and I look forward to seeing the continued arrivals of these cards over the next few days. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.